So you're the IT guy or the IT girl, and one day your boss calls you into his office. Now, naturally, your heart might be pounding a bit because you're wondering what would have gone wrong. But when you walk in, he's actually full of praise. He appreciates the initiative you've taken. But then the tone shifts slightly. He tells you that one of the reasons he hesitated to install a router earlier was because even with a hotspot connection, he occasionally caught employees watching movies during work hours, visiting gambling sites, and sometimes even viewing adult content. And then he looks at you and says, I need you to take control. Now, technically, it's easy. A few clicks here and there, and you've set up some restrictions. But socially, now, that's where the real challenge is. Because the moment you restrict access, you risk becoming the most disliked person in the office. And the truth is, we would rather have more friends than enemies. So, naturally, you may be tempted to over explain, but we'll save that for later in the video. In the moment, before even touching the router, you need to clarify things with your boss. You don't just say, oh, okay, cool, I understand, and walk out. You need to find out, boss, please, what exactly are we blocking? And does this apply all day? Please, are there any exceptions? And please, should this also include you? Another very important question. And then you try to align on something fair. Maybe during break time, access is unrestricted. Now that's cool. But here comes the hard part, communication. And for many IT professionals, myself included, this is a real challenge. It's easier to deal with computers than it is to deal with people. And so, how do you go about communicating it to them? You don't casually drop it in a WhatsApp group, it's not official. Instead, you send an email, and the subject line could be network usage policy update, something short and direct. And it's advisable to CC the boss. You're not doing this to intimidate anyone, but rather to reinforce that it is a company policy, not a personal decision. Also, let them know in the mail that there will be a quick 10-minute meeting in the boardroom at maybe 10:30 a.m. to go over the content of the mail. That way, you're able to combine clarity with a human touch. But now let's pause and take a look at how that meeting can go wrong. Now, bad example number one, you over explain. Guys, so yeah, wow. The thing is, boss called me go office, and he was like, "Oh, the people are watching movies and they are viewing sites," and I was like, "Hey, what do we do?" And boss said, "No," because the moment you start to sound like that, you give off the impression that you are unsure of yourself. And once people sense that, they start to push, they start to negotiate. Oh, you didn't tell boss. We only use it to watch tutorials on YouTube. Oh, why didn't you tell boss? We manage social media, so we are always on Instagram. We have to keep track. Oh, you'll be pushed into a corner, and that is not what you agreed with your boss. You had to convey a message. Now, bad example number two is the defensive approach. You go in as an authoritative figure. From today, no more movies, no more YouTube or Netflix, no more whatever. Especially those of you who have been gambling, those of you watching adult content, it ends today. Now at this point, you have created tension. People, even if I were listening, I will get very defensive hearing you talk. Because what do you mean? What are you trying to say? Because not everyone you are talking to is guilty of doing those things. And so you will definitely rub people the wrong way. Bad example number three is being unclear. And this happens when you don't prepare. You stumble, you fumble, and in an attempt to keep things short, you end up leaving a lot of potholes, and this leads to confusion, and confusion leads to resistance. Now, here's the right way. First is the timing. You have to make sure the people are in the boardroom. And so, even if it's time and they are not there, you will walk there calmly and say, hey guys, we are starting now, so please join me in the boardroom. It will take just a few minutes. Simple, direct. And now, with regards to your delivery, your facial expression matters. You don't walk in smiling, it's not good news. You don't also walk in looking tense or aggressive. You are not going to fight. Rather, try to keep a relaxed and neutral expression. You could, to practice, you could just hold up your phone and try and put on an expressionless face, a calm face, neither here nor there. Practice having that look so you can easily wear that face during the meeting. And you could begin by saying something like, morning guys, this will be quick. I sent a mail earlier and there's now a network usage policy in place. And so during work hours, certain sites will be restricted. But then from 12 to 1 p.m., access is open. If you need it for work, please send me a request and I'll take a look. Any questions? Someone may ask, what kind of sites are being restricted? Again, please keep it simple and professional. Don't mention the names of the sites. Oh, no more Superbet, no more Safari Bet. Those of you who have been watching porno, it has been blocked. No YouTube, no Netflix. That is unprofessional and frankly also a bit immature because you end up definitely making enemies and it will not leave a good impression on your colleagues. And so you could simply say mainly non-work related sites, streaming sites, gambling sites, adult content, and similar sites will be blocked. But if something you need is affected, please let me know. It's clear. It's no unnecessary details. Now, some people you are close to or you may have befriended may try to come to you privately. Oh, Charlie. Oh, make us sit up small. Oh, Charlie. I want to download something quick. Okay, you even if you no go unlock them, you download gimme. You need to stand your ground. You need to let them know that if it is work related, they should put in a request and that you are not under any liberty to take certain actions on their behalf. You need to be consistent in the words you use as well, because we need to note that what will build our authority over time will be our consistency, not the age, not even the tone, how loud or macho our voice is, but how consistent we are. Because if we break or if we bend for one person, that person will tell another person, oh, my guy, he make her do this. Oh, he will download this for you. Just tell him. Eventually, the system you put in place will crash. It will not take effect. So you have to be consistent. Let him know even you are not above the rules. You cannot even do it for yourself. And so you cannot do it for him. Even if he doesn't buy it, it's not your part to convince him. Just state the facts. The key lesson here is to say less. Stay calm and mean what you say. And being an IT professional, it's not just about configuring routers or working with systems, but it's about managing people, setting boundaries, and holding those boundaries without turning it into a personal battle. So, in the next part, we'll move from the people side to the technical side. We'll look at how to actually configure the router and firewall to enforce these restrictions properly. So, thank you. And if you found this helpful, feel free to like and subscribe. Also turn on notifications so you can get an alert as soon as I release the video. Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below and stay tuned for the next video.